Every rap song I've ever
Those are
heard,
internal
every rap artist I've ever heard deals coke.
Those are internal issues.
Every rap artist I've ever heard disrespects women.
Those are, and what I'm calling those are internal issues that have to be addressed within our own community. That's something that you can talk to your blue in the face and you will not get through.
And I'm not making excuses.
No,
I'm just saying.
I respected what you just said because trust me, I'm not for that either.
Right.
It's disgusting.
I agree with you. I'm disappointed because we are not concretely any in party politics or electoral vote, and I was disappointed because we have a much broader issue that this is young people's movement, so they have a more bigger picture, more better picture because either party, a Republican or
as an immigrant, my wife is an immigrant. My family immigrated from Germany, but
I totally agree with you that I'm going to go vote, but these people have different ideas. Yeah, and
what about the indigenous peoples of this continent? They're not immigrants.
Well, Aztec people are pretty much the only indigenous people left over.
No, I mean the Gabrielinos, for example, are not indigenous. They're native Californians.
The what?
The Gabrielinos, the indigenous peoples of Los Angeles County area. The point I'm simply making is not the vast majority of Americans are the descendants of immigrants, but not all. The American Indians were here first.
Well, yes, I agree. The American Indians were here first. They opened up trade with white people who came over from Columbus, etc. But they started making trade with us, and when we would trade with them, they would realize that they could go back and rob us and go back. That's what started the whole American and Indian issue, was that we would trade with them, and then they would take our goods and then go back and rob us for the goods they traded, and then take it back, and they would continuously do that.
I think the robbery is more on the side of the Europeans than on the Americans.
Well, the Europeans were already affluent when they came to this country. If you were a European and you were allowed to come over to America, that'd be just like today, an American who can afford to move to the moon.
What about indentured servants? Must have from the wife, from what I understand.
The what?
What about indentured servants? Must have from the wife, from what I understand. An indentured servant, from what I understand, this is going back to my grade school days, somebody who, for example, owed a debt. Let's say I owe you $10,000, and I can't pay it off to you monetarily, so I'm going to pay it off to you in a lot of better terms. So you ship me across the Atlantic Ocean to what's now Virginia, and I work for you for, I don't know, 3 years, and I work it off that way. It's not slavery.
Why are they still engaged in the troll?
I like this troll. He's better than the other one. He's the old dude? The yelly guy, the one that was like, how do you feel about trolls, Joel?
It depends on the situation. This isn't a good time for it, though.
How do you feel about trolls?
Trolls?
Trolls.
Trolls.
Correct, like this guy, the counter-protester.
Oh, I see.
But not specifically this guy, but just the idea of counter-protesting.
I feel that Occupy will listen to a troll, and some will chime in and engage. The troll is trying to rile someone to divide them from the rest of us.
All right.
At least the more damaging trolls. But you know what? In the end, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
And it just reverberates in the opposite manner that the troll intended.
I feel that it's good exercise, personally. I think that that the troll being here and asking these very questions that we claim to have the answers for, and that being just part of the regular routine in every action, to have some people come out, like for example, this guy here is in favor of the Iraq War, and earlier he was speaking to a gentleman who was in the Iraq War as a U.S. soldier and is opposed to the Iraq War, and they had an interesting discussion. It was constructive time, I felt. It was a good use of the time of both of them, so they could discuss the issues that are very important to both of them. And she right here feels that she has a disadvantage both because she's African American, because she's a woman, and he feels that he has just as much of a chance of getting a job as an African American woman. So they're, at least when I left them off earlier, that's what they were on, was that debate right there. He feels that every American has an opportunity to get a good job that pays good money, and some other people call them out on his white privilege, and so that's right, discussing it. And I think that's therapeutic for all parties involved. He's not hitting anybody. Nobody's hitting him.
Yeah, they cover all the bases.
I think
in between.
It's good to have
somebody that gets into the bricks and mortar building and somebody that doesn't. By per capita.
Right. And this guy's not at work. It's Monday afternoon. He should be at work if he has a job, right?
Yeah. Okay, is he representing
I don't know. Maybe he took the day off?
Corporate blue and but look at this.
Good point.
That's different.
That's more than both institutions.
And they're untied too. They're poorly assembled.
But it's talking about as a
He's got a nice suit and moccasins on. I didn't notice that.
slip on. You know that's a target.
So he walked down here from.
So it's like an upside down pyramid. It's kind of like what they try to create in one centers. Because upside down pyramids have a tendency to crumble upon us. While, the whole time while they're building it, everything trickles upward. They siphon. It's a conveyor belt.
All right.
The monetary system upward. No such thing as trickle-down economics, Reaganomics.
Louisiana, yes, bottle.
There's no such thing as that. The only thing that trickles down is governmental negligence. From the federal government to the states, from the states to the counties, from the counties to the cities, and then the inner cities feel the bloody noses and the punches in the gut.
What do you think? Cut taxes and trickle down economics supposed to work? Are we supposed to be drowning in jobs by now? After Reagan trickle down economics and then George Bush's trickle down economics?
Unfortunately, a bubble occurred in the real estate market. Toxic gases flooded the world.
And we regulated everything.
And they're making toxic assets again.
And we wonder why.
The non-primes, these non-prime mortgages, it's just another word for subprime, but they're real estate holders that the banks won't look at. Well, who's going to police them? The Securities and Exchange won't. Neither will the insurance commissioner. They're going to squeak between the cracks again.
And then they sold them to Europe. Now they're in trouble. Real capital does not work.
This sign on the back of my bike says